Hello, everybody listening to the Fairweather Podcast. Your boy 2K Suave. I'm here with Mr. Alex Rodriguez. It's a beautiful weekend when your team wins. And the Mean Green Fighting Machines in New York and Philadelphia looking pretty good this weekend. Looking pretty good. How was your weekend, sir?
Hey man, I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting it and not expecting it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So
Who dropped
this
on the Browns? Yeah, the Browns.
still, man. I mean, I haven't seen anything that would say this team has it in them. Um, but I do commend Richard Sherman for saying he has a lot of respect for Salah and he's going to right the ship. And sure enough, he right the ship this week. So I'm happy with it. Week 2 winning. I'm don't know how to feel right now.
500. Hey, that's all you can say. We 500. Well, for me, started off on Saturday. I was in the swamp at the University of Florida to see my South Florida Bulls almost pull off this upset against UF. First of all, I want to say that atmosphere, wow, chef's kiss. It was beautiful. The crowd was great. Everybody was full. It was a night game. So, night game at the swamp, I got to say, it's probably one of the best experiences I've ever had in a loss. I did drink a little bit too much. I was a little bit more aggressive and angry than I should have been. But the fact that our boys almost brought it home, I got to give a huge shout out to USF. It's only going to get harder for us, though, because I feel like if we would have won that game, that would have been such a high for my Bulls. But hey, it's still go Bulls over here. University of Michigan, we still did our thing too. So it is what it is.
All day, man. Yeah, my weekend was still recovering from or celebrating the birthday. So I know the drinking side of things, so I get that.
All right, there we go. All right, well, it was a wild weekend as from a football standpoint in the NFL. Started on Thursday when the Chargers and the Chiefs played, and it ended Monday Night Football with two shellackings. The Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen beat the shit out of what I tell you about Ryan Tannehill.
Oh no, you don't have to tell me. We always say I'm on the
garbage.
same page.
I'm so done with him. And then I gotta say, my boy behind me, Jalen Hurts, he is him.
You gotta like him. You gotta like him now. I don't want to hear anymore. We got to get rid of him.
I never said that.
Bro, you were saying last year.
All I said is that we just need to give him some weapons. Like you be saying about your boy, Sam Darnold. Give my boy some weapons, we're gonna be good. They gave my boy Jalen some weapons, and on both sides of the football, we good. So yeah, I for one, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. We could just start off with Monday Night Football blowouts anyway. I mean, which game, first of all, which team between the Bills and the Eagles were more impressive to you?
I'll go with the Eagles. I mean, we expect this from the Buffalo Bills, and I'll be honest, like in all my fantasy leagues, I'm 2-0 but 1. And it's only because of Stephon Diggs.
Oh my God.
And like I know Stephon Diggs is good. Like I'm not taking away from his talent and stuff, but I didn't think he was this good, man. Like I saw him play that game.
You think he's better than Mike Evans?
I don't know, man. That's a tough
come
one.
on.
Here, we're gonna get into this, but why I say Mike Evans is good is because one, he's consistently giving you those numbers nonstop, and I feel like we don't talk about that enough. And he also has the greatest. Hey, and he's got the greatest quarterback throwing to him. So, and I said that the greatest quarterback and greatest player of all time throwing to him. So it only makes his game better. Plus the boy's a hitter, but we'll get into that in a second. But I'll be honest, I turned off the Buffalo Bills game after I saw the 2 touchdowns in the first half from Stephon Diggs. It looked like child's play out there, man. You wouldn't expect this from, I mean, yes, you would, and yes, you wouldn't from the Titans because they have a pretty, stacked defense. And beginning of the game when they got Josh Allen on the 4th down, I was like, okay, these boys are here to play. But Derrick Henry couldn't find any separation. Ryan Tannehill, we poo-poo on that guy all day. Like that's not the answer. Like his time has finally come, I feel like.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to embrace that backup role. And the Bills are the favorite to win the Super Bowl. We all know that. I'm not buying into that though.
What holes have you seen?
It's
It
two
looks
games.
too easy.
It's two games. It's two games. Okay, it's two games. So, football will dictate itself through as you start playing more in the regular season. Injuries will happen. Oh, shit's happen. How do we fix this? Those things will happen. The ship will right itself. But as of these two games, these boys look pristine. Okay, still not my Super Bowl pick, but they look damn good and they look damn scary. And when the Jets play them twice, I'll be afraid. Don't worry. I'll not saying we're gonna beat them.
I got you.
But the Vikings and Eagles game, that was very entertaining because you got to see Jalen Hurts take all those touchdowns away from Miles Sanders, which is fine. Quez Watkins, you've been saying it for the longest, good deep ball threat, good three receiver.
Yep.
And the team looks like it's having fun, and you can tell when a team is having fun and when they're producing. And I see that out of the Eagles, and I could see them making a championship run again. Like everything is clicking.
Who was my pick to make to the Super Bowl?
You said it, bro. I know.
You know how I'm very pessimistic about my team. When I saw what we did this offseason, and based on these first 2 weeks, listen, look at the NFC. The Bucks keep getting hurt. Knicks, what's his name? Hakeem Nicks, whatever his name is, the defensive tackle tore like a plantar fasciitis, whatever, in his foot. He's out for another month. Godwin got leg injuries. Mike Evans is in and out the lineup for punching people or his hamstring. Tom Brady looks uninterested. I mean, the only thing that's keeping the Bucks alive to me is their defense. And you look at the Rams; they don't look the same as last year. I mean, I'm looking at all these NFC. Green Bay, they finally figured out how to throw the ball to different receivers. But I don't know, man. I feel really good about this team. Last week there was concerns like, oh, it's only going to AJ Brown. Devontae Smith got busy. Dallas Goedert got busy. Quez Watkins obviously got busy. We have weapons galore. The running game looks beautiful. Everything in the defense. Darius Slay, clink on Justin Jefferson. We drafted Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. Jalen Reagor gets on the field, and I love how we kept booing him and booing him. He was so ass yesterday. And Justin Jefferson, I gotta say, Darius Slay, I think he was targeted 6 times, only caught 1 ball, 2 interceptions. I think the quarterback rating throwing it to Justin Jefferson was 0.0, and Jefferson had 48 yards. If we keep this up throughout the season, Bradbury on one side, Darius Slay on the other side, C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Epps in the backfield, Maddox in the slot. Hey, we're about to get busy in Philly. We're about to get busy for real.
Yeah, it looked good. And the one thing you got to take away from this is the one thing I took away from it. All that shit should be rolling, but the scare should be the quarterback. Like Jalen Hurts, what is his year? This is officially his year 2, right?
This is his second full year starting. It's year 3, but second full year starting.
Yeah, exactly. We're on the same page on that. But this is, a whole new look on your offense, pretty much with the weapons you've given him and some of the players. So can he have rapport with a big time receiver? We saw it in game 1. We saw AJ Brown kind of be a decoy this game and him spread the ball around.
He still had hella yards.
We saw him make smart moves, running the ball, throwing the ball. He was damn near perfect in the beginning until they said, oh, he's had a perfect game. And sure enough, Dallas Goedert drops it. And I was like, they got to stop this shit because they just ruin it, for fans out there. But he looked good and he made smart decisions. He didn't play like he didn't make any bonehead passes. He didn't do anything that I felt was like, that scares me right there. Like watching that game, I was so confident, like he's going to put numbers up on these boys. And sure enough, he did. And the big thing that I took away from that too, Justin Jefferson, I say he's elite. I say he's the best receiver in the game. Darius Slay said, hold my beer real quick. I'm going to show you who I am now. And I put that more not on Jefferson because I saw a couple routes he ran that were really, really good and they couldn't get him the ball. Instead, I don't know what Kirk Cousins thinks. I think he's trying to spread the ball around more to other receivers.
No, he was trying to force feed Jefferson. That's for no reason.
He was, and then like Irv Smith dropped a bunch of stupid balls, and I'm like, I'm happy. I know he got a touchdown yesterday, but I'm happy I dropped him in fantasy because there was one play he should have been gone.
No, dead
And
ass on the sideline on the left.
yeah, should
Oh
have
my
been gone.
God.
Should have been gone. Kelsey would have had it.
Oh,
Andrews would have had it.
Pitts, Waller, Kelsey,
Anybody would have had it.
Gronk right now on his couch.
It's the better team won at the end of the day. The better team won, and the Eagles showed why they're the better team. So tip my hat to you. It was a hell of a win, and I thoroughly enjoyed watching the ass kicking.
Yeah, and I mean, since we're talking about our teams, let's just jump to your team. We had a lot of exciting comebacks this weekend. Y'all was the most improbable one. What was that? How much time was left? Like a minute 25 or whatever?
Yeah, like a minute.
Down 2 scores basically.
Yeah.
Walk me through it. Walk me through your emotions and walk me through what you're seeing on the football field.
My emotions were just like, it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I've seen this way too many times. When Chubb scored the touchdown and they were like, they gave him too much time. Mm-hmm. I'm like, this is Joe Flacco. This ain't Tom Brady we're playing against.
Super Bowl winning MVP Joe Flacco.
Yeah, but that's eons ago, bro. Okay,
still happening.
It's eons ago, and you know what? I'm tipping my hat to Joe because he's like number 2 or 3 in the league in passing yards right now, and he's playing damn good football. And this is the most I've seen a Jets head coach, because he's been there during 2 regimes, and this is the most I've seen a head coach get out of him. And he looks like Flacco back of the day. And what have I been saying? Get Zach Wilson weapons. Well, Zach Wilson ain't here right now, and Joe Flacco going to feast. And Garrett Wilson.
Yep.
I'm sorry, like Elijah Moore, I don't get the hype around it. I really don't. Like, I wanted him to be really good, but I saw nothing year 1.
Garrett's the guy.
Year 2, like, you're going to be 3, you know.
Yeah.
Corey Davis has some bonehead routes that he ran, but he made up for it being wide open and running in for a touchdown on 1.
Yeah.
He's a beautiful route runner. He just knows that, like, he's kind of there to, like, get the youth better around him. And, you know, he's just there to be the veteran presence at receiver. And I'm cool with that. But he's going to make plays as well. But during that span of the time that was on the clock, I was like, this is unbelievable. They're going to win this. And then when the onside kick happened, I was like, this never happens. Why would this happen for us? Why would the cards align? Why would Mercury not be in Gatorade today?
Mercury was in Gatorade for the Browns.
Why would it happen for us? And it happened. Yeah. And man, listen, I'm a huge Nick Chubb fan. I don't put any of that blame on Nick Chubb.
Yeah, but
I don't.
Listen, 15 years ago, I want to say, I was watching. It was either Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football. We have Brian Westbrook. I remember Brian Westbrook runs to the 1-yard line and just falls.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, what a smart freaking player. And you got it. I understand scoring touchdowns and fantasy football and gambling, and you know, it feels good for your stats to be all great. I don't want to blame him for it, but he needs to be a little bit smarter about that. He's not a rookie. He's been in the league for a while. You basically end the game if you don't go into the end zone. So
yeah, I think I remember Ahmad Bradshaw doing that too.
Oh yeah,
like holy hell, I remember that shit. And I was thinking the same thing. But when he ran it in, like, that's a short amount of time. And this is the Jets. They have that history. And the onside kick, I know everybody's like, you could get an onside kick, but let's be honest. How many times does that convert a lot? That's a very
still possible.
It is. It's still possible. Okay. Put it more on.
It was coaching. Beautiful, by the way, too.
I put it more on. Bro, it was gorgeous.
It was gorgeous.
The word. I put it more on coaching because I feel like nobody's head was in that huddle when they gave Chubb the ball. I'm sure that wasn't communicated. And I put that more on the coaching there. And Chance definitely came in to win here. Okay. So I'm not saying that the Jets, like, I'm not poo-pooing on my team. We got to win, and I'm happy for it. Should they have won? Absolutely not. They should not have.
You were saying the Browns lost the game more than the Jets won the game?
The Browns lost the game more than the Jets did. Okay. And A win is a win. And what better victory is it to stick it to your opponent on an onside kick and have them doubt you, thinking this is the Jets, like historically bad franchise. We mop the floor with these guys every year. Like, this is an easy win for us. We got this. And Joe Flacco turned back the hands of time, man. And man, Garrett Wilson, I love him. Brees Hall got a touchdown. Michael
I
Carter.
needed Michael Carter to score a touchdown for fantasy.
I needed it too. Me too. I got them both on two teams, but it's gonna be that same thing. Fire or I keep saying fire, thunder and lightning between the two.
Mm-hmm.
They both got hands at receiving. They both can run and ground and pound the ball. But the better man got it that day. The rookie showed up, and I'm happy the rookie showed up. They all made big plays. And Sauce Gardner, man. Sauce Gardner is a dog, man. I love him.
The hype was real.
DJ Reed got a stiff arm, which was kind of funny. I saw that stiff arm, but hey, he still did pretty good too. But Sauce Gardner's the truth, man. And I'm loving me some Sauce.
Who was guarding Amari Cooper?
I don't know. I think it was DJ. I think DJ was
Amari
guarding.
Cooper had like a turn back the hands of the clock or whatever. Like, how the hell is he playing this well? But
yeah, he got more of the passes downfield, like in the linebacking core and in the safeties, but the corners again did a pretty solid job, and I'm happy with that. It was a Chubb fest all day, so
yeah, exactly.
And that's what, if the Browns are smart, that's what you need to feed it to is Nick Chubb, and if something happens, Kareem Hunt's right there. So you should be relying on running backs. You shouldn't be trying to throw on these boys, like
especially when it's not Deshaun Watson.
You see the swagger right there with number one. Don't be throwing on that boy right now, man. Don't be throwing on him.
He's too saucy.
He's saucy, man.
It's all sauce.
I should have went to Buffalo Wild Wings and got the sauce.
Gotta get that sauce.
I gotta get it, man. But I'm thoroughly ecstatic for game one, or for our game one win there, or game two, first win of the season. I'm happy for it. We play the Bengals next. They're 0-2. I know we're gonna jump into like our disappointments and stuff. So to me, we beat them last year and they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And another fun stat, we beat the Rams the year before that.
Yeah, I remember.
So anything
it's there. The formula for y'all team is there. Y'all know it.
No, I know the formula is there. I'm just used to not seeing a winning formula. That's it. The formula is there, and I think these kids have bought into it. I think they bought into it. I think there's some missing pieces, but I'm not that guy that's like, we're going to make the playoffs, or I'm not him with this team. I want to see progression. That's what I want. That's all I want, and you know that.
Can I get an apology for Joe Douglas, please?
No, you won't get one from me yet. This is his first good draft class. He doesn't get anything from me yet.
Come on, man.
No,
I apologize to Howie Roseman.
I'm harsh on that motherfucker. He fucked up this team since he got there until this year. So
but you gotta tear it down so you can build it back up.
There's pieces you can keep. There's pieces you can keep, and he didn't keep some of those pieces. And
he didn't draft Sam Darnold, did he?
He didn't, and I'm not.
But look how many picks he got back from Sam Darnold.
Darnold and Wilson, his turnaround picks have been very good. I will, if I can say good job, Joe, is turning Elijah Vera Tucker and Garrett Wilson into something from Jamal Adams. So I can tip my cap to you there, and I appreciate you for that. But everything else,
and plus he can't control the injuries that y'all been getting too. He can't control that.
But I don't need that. It's not that. It's the product we put. Last year there was trash product on the field.
Yeah.
Well, that was trash product on the field, and we gutted that roster.
Yeah.
We had pieces on like Leonard Williams. There was nothing wrong with Leonard Williams, but because Joe didn't know who he was, he wanted to send him off. And you know what Leonard Williams been doing with the Giants? Balling right now. He's been balling since he left New York.
He has.
I'm surprised they kept Big Baby. I'm surprised Big Baby's still on the team. But he's here, and I'm happy.
Has he got paid yet?
No, this is payday for him. So this is payday year. But I won't say I'm sorry to Joe Douglas just yet. If this year I see progression, if I see a good amount of wins from last year, then he'll get my apology.
I told you 5 or 6. If I get 5 or 6 wins, that's a good year. Honestly, I really see the makeup for that.
I told you 4, and it's 5.5 is what they have the Jets at. So
5 or 6, like I said. So
hey,
all right, let's keep it in the AFC East. We got to do this for all the Tua fans out there.
We know,
Tagovailoa.
We know, Kevin. We know.
We got to keep it 100. It looked good. You got to keep it.
What have I been saying?
Let me finish, though. Let me finish. I just want to say this first. Lamar Jackson, if they don't get that man his contract,
give him his money, please.
If they don't back in that Brinks truck for him, like I'm flabbergasted how good Lamar Jackson is.
If they don't, I will get on my hands and knees and beg. I will beg Joe Douglas for that, and then
he ain't gonna listen. You heard what you just said about him 5 minutes ago. He ain't gonna listen.
He ain't listening to this shit. I know that for a fact. Shit.
All the Philadelphia Eagle people. He's a former Eagle. I send it all to him. I tag him in it. They get it. It's up to them whether or not they listen. I don't know. But let me look at what's his name. What's his name? All right, Lamar Jackson, 21 to 29, 3 touchdowns, 9 carries, 119 yards. 9 carries, 119 yards in a touchdown. Like, what the hell? Only to be outdone by 61-point fantasy night for Tua. He went 36 to 50, 469 yards, 6 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, we already know he's him. I'm impressed with Jalen Waddle. I think last year I was giving him a lot of shit. I'm like, man, he has all these catches, but only 1,000 yards or whatever. He looks a lot better than Alabama. We got to understand these Alabama receivers can play, all of them. Like, name one, they all can play. So I gotta tip my cap to Tua. I do believe that it was kind of lucky at the end, like for them to make. I mean, the comeback is impressive, but you got a Tyreek Hill. You got, they utilize him properly, and then that pass to Jalen Waddle for that last touchdown was really good too. So I tip my cap. Now, is it sustainable? We'll see. They got Buffalo next, and that's going to be one of our pick'ems later. So I'm going to let preface you now. But I mean, how did you feel about it?
Man, I kept looking at my fantasy scores, and I just saw Lamar racking them up, and I was like, okay, he's giving it to him. The Dolphins aren't real.
Yeah.
And then I see Jalen Waddle having a day. Tyreek Hill scores a touchdown. Tua throws for 6 touchdowns. I'm like, I've been saying this all along, man. I don't hate Tua. I hate the Dolphins, but he always needed protection, and he always needed receivers. And you went out and got one of the best receivers in Tyreek Hill. You went out and drafted well when I thought there was better guys you could have got, but Jalen Waddle seems to be him. And you put another good receiving core all around him, good tight end. Yeah, man, the sky is the limit. So everything that I've said about Tua, I hope it comes true for him, because I don't want. If there's any player I feel really bad for in the NFL, it would be Tua, because he had to sustain going to work every day and doing the best he could and getting destroyed because he had no O-line there. And people are just like, oh, we need to change the quarterback after they were saying, we've got Tua. Oh my God, we're so good. Everybody wants to compare everyone to like Peyton Manning, and like players will turn into that. But it's what I said about Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for a quarterback to make every receiver around him good. If you get them good receivers, they will be okay. If you get them a great O-line or a good O-line, they'll be okay. They'll be good. They'll get what you need. And that's all Tua has needed. And for him to have to go to work and deal with that shit, and then Deshaun Watson get thrown up and like, we're going to trade you for this. And for him to sit there and take it all like a man and just be like, I'm here to do my job, and be very humble about it, and then go out there and do what he did, I'm happy for him. They got the right head coach. They got a good O-line. And they got great receiving core, man. And the 2 things I took away from that game, outside that the Dolphins can be the real deal, 3 things I took away from there. Are the Ravens' defense as good as we think they are?
That's definitely one. Their secondary is a little.
Miami still has no running game, and Mike Gesicki does not know how to do
the gritty.
The gritty for shit, bro.
Hey, I'm happy he had fun, because that was a long ass gritty.
Like they was clowning Thielen for it, but at least Thielen has some rhythm.
No, Thielen got some rhythm now. Like
Yeah.
Thielen, I got a feeling that he got some rhythm.
He was in stretching. This guy was in full stride, just running with his arms behind him.
Yeah,
I was like, what in the white hell am I watching right now, man?
Now, I got to give it to Thielen. He's definitely improved his gritty a lot.
Hey, Dolphins fans, be happy. Like, I don't want to hear no more. We got to get rid of Tua Chance, because Tua just put his heart and soul on the line for y'all and showed you why he's here, why you drafted him, and sky's the limit for y'all. You got a big game against Buffalo. Keep riding that high, keep riding that same energy, but it'll give us something to talk about next week. Don't worry.
So one more thing for me, because you briefly mentioned it, talking about the coach, Mike McDaniel. Another guy I got to apologize to. I didn't understand the hire at first. I understand what he did for San Francisco, but I've never heard of the guy, so I was kind of like, yo, I don't get it. And then plus they fired Flores, and I just felt uneasy about it.
Yeah, me too.
Certain quarterbacks need certain kind of coaches. I think the fact that he has an offensive-minded coach in Tua, plus because like that team over the summer out of nowhere became like an offensive juggernaut. Like there's so many options that they have, even though the running game wasn't really doing much. Chase Edmonds is good, Mostert's good. Tua, he can take off a little bit for a few yards or whatever. But what I saw, it looked a lot more like Alabama than it looked like his first couple years in Miami. Yeah. His ability to, because at the end of the day, the hip injury was real. It hurts. Like a bad hip will mess you up in any sport: football, baseball, basketball. It doesn't matter. A bad hip is not good for your coordination and everything. I feel like it's starting to look a little bit better. And Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, like I said, they are him. Miami, though, like defensively though, for Lamar Jackson to do all that stuff that he did, what do you think Josh Allen's going to do to him next week? You know what I mean? So it's like they got to make sure that they clean up a lot of things on defense. But I tip my cap to Tua. Good week. If you had him in fantasy, you probably did well. You probably didn't even start him though, because I looked at a lot of leagues that I'm in. Everyone had him on the bench. So hey, if you're smart enough to start him, there you go. All right, one more comeback. Another short quarterback that looks kind of like Tua. Got to give it to Kyler Murray, Kyler the creator. In that first half, he might have Kyler Murray in fantasy, right? In that first half, I'm looking at my phone and then looking at the screen. I'm flipping back and forth, and I'm like, man, he signed that contract and really just lost it. Like he don't care anymore. I was very concerned, but for him to rally that team and get that victory and drop the Raiders to 0-2, who everyone over the summer was like, oh, that they're gonna make it to the Super Bowl, all that stuff. I got to tip my cap to Kyler the creator. He still has. The team is banged up. Zach Ertz is a little banged up. DeAndre Hopkins is not even back yet from his suspension. There's like a brand new receivers. They lost Christian Kirk, who obviously is a dog in Jacksonville, and now we see why the money was definitely worth it. But I gotta give it to Arizona and Kyler Murray for that nice little comeback against the Raiders. Do you feel like they've solved all their issues yet, or do you think this was just like a lucky game?
I think it was a lucky game, but it was also a guy who wanted to win a game.
Yeah.
Like Vegas could have won that game, but they chose not to.
They chose not to.
Like that was there. And then the end of that game, I saw something in Kyler Murray that like we saw last year. It was like that dog mentality, that willingness to win. Yeah. And bro, when he threw that pass, I think it was to AJ Green with 3 guys on him. I was like, bro, that kid is the real deal, man. He's a solid quarterback.
He's a baseball player, so the arm is good.
He is, but to get it in that small little window with three guys, a linebacker, and I think it was 2 safeties on Green, like that was beautiful.
Look at some of the best quarterbacks historically. All of them are baseball players. Mahomes, Tom Brady, what's his name? Montana. Like a lot of these guys have like some kind of baseball background. I feel like their elbows and shoulders just do different things, and how they're able to get into these weird tight windows and everything like that. It helps. It definitely helps.
You know what Tom Brady was drafted as? position?
Nah.
Catcher.
Catcher?
By the Expos. So those guys,
I did know that. I did know that.
Those guys got the best arm to throw straight.
As a catcher, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, man, Kyler, I don't want to apologize to him yet because I still feel like it's not his fault, it's his organization's fault on a lot of things. I know Kyler Murray is a good football player.
Yeah.
I just think I still think there's something toxic in that organization, and I just can't be like the Cardinals are the real deal. Like DeAndre Hopkins comes back, I feel like there'll be more fun and more excitement. Right now in that receiving core, like it's whatever.
I like Marquise Brown. I mean,
I like him too, but he got bodied a lot, man. He got bodied a lot that game. And Hunter Renfrow, bro, like I'd be wearing hoodies all week to practice if that were me. You can't fumble twice like that, man.
Yeah.
And we gotta give props to the defense in Arizona on that too.
So they did to Devontae Adams though. He only had 2 catches, 12 yards.
Yo, all the big name receivers really had like bad games.
Not Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs, exactly. Not Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
We also played against the overrated Tennessee Titans, but you got to give props because for the defense to be there on the right plays. And what do I say? Where do white boys line up? In the slot. And where you going to get your respect? In the slot. And Hunter Renfrow, I still don't got respect for him.
Nah,
man.
Renfro's a dog. He's been doing this shit since Clemson. He is one of them.
He's but
bro, like I was listening to, I forgot what podcast it was. Oh, it was who was a corner? I forgot which corner it was, but they were talking about like receivers that they played, and he was like, yeah, Hunter Renfrow was one of them too. Like because his ability, when you're quick and not fast, and you run like very low to the ground, you make those quick cuts. It's harder for like cornerbacks to kind of stay with you, and he just finds a way to make that quick little twist. Like if he had Tom Brady, he would be a Hall of Famer. Like that's how good he could be. Wes Welker is.
Tom Brady. Well, that's Tom Brady though. But like
he's a slot dog.
You could put Kumaro on the Bucks right now, and he'll be the third option right there right now. So
yeah,
my thing is like when the game is on the line, you can't fumble twice.
Yeah,
you can't fumble twice. You got to protect the ball.
Yeah,
that's a tough thing to swallow.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I can say for Hunter Renfrow is he's going to get better from that.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't know. When I saw that, I was like, this dude ain't it for me.
He doesn't strike me as somebody who's going to let that carry over to next week, though.
He doesn't strike me to that either. But like, that's just a gut wrenching loss. And if it were me, I'd be like, that loss is like how Nick Chubb is putting it on him.
Yeah,
like that's on him right now. They had the opportunity to win it and be done, and he fumbled twice.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it, 2 different players fumble, but the same player.
Yeah,
that's just tough for me. So I tip my hat to Kyler for coming back on that game. He looked amazing doing it. He looked effortlessly doing it too. There was one play where he dropped back and ran for like 60 yards from left to right, and I was like, dude, it was
a 21-second 2-point conversion.
Yeah,
2-point conversion.
Yeah, and I was like, I get shades of Russell Wilson from this. I see Russell Wilson from this stuff right here. So, hats off to them. I'm excited when D-Hop comes back, and we'll see what happens there. But the Raiders, I thought their defense was going to be good, but outside of Crosby, I don't really see it.
I'm a little concerned about the Raiders. I was going to ask you. So their next 3 games at Tennessee, and Tennessee needs a bounce back game badly, and it's at Tennessee, then Denver, and then at Kansas City. And they're 0-2 right now. If they go 0-5 or 1-4, McDaniel, Josh McDaniel's off to I don't know, man.
the AFC West has not been friendly to Josh McDaniel since he's been a head coach there.
Word.
All I can say is they have a lot of talent on the field, more on offense than on defense. And we said it, 3 teams could make it from the AFC West into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I told you I left the Raiders off of mine.
You did? Yeah.
So you have to have some kind of defense to pair with your offense unless you're Patrick Mahomes and you're just throwing touchdowns all day. And but I don't see the dog mentality.
But they did a good job in the first half.
They did because
And so, I mean, I think they did a pretty decent job against the Chargers too, honestly, last week. So I think it's there. It's just something hasn't clicked for them yet, and I don't know why. I mean, they're everyone's darling, but I don't know. It's just I don't know. Something just hasn't clicked for them.
Usually, we say all the time. Usually, week 3 to 5 is when you start clicking, and you start everything starts falling. The dominoes start falling.
It is only week 2, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're jumping the gun on this, but I still don't see them making the playoffs. I see the Raiders do this all the time. They get big name players on offense and really don't do shit with it. I mean, the last time it happened, they did go to. I mean, I should say last time it happened. But the one time it worked is when they got, was it Jerry Rice and Randy Moss and went to the Super Bowl?
They didn't go with Randy Moss. It was with Jerry Rice and Tim Brown.
And Tim Brown, that's who it was.
Yeah,
but
Jerry Rice was a little bit older. a little bit older.
Still, like they had a great defense behind that offense. And Rich Gannon, I mean, that dude was old as the hills, but still putting up numbers. They worried about getting Devontae Adams for Carr, and it's working out beautifully. Week 1 it was good. Week 2 was but Derek Carr does too much of this for me. It's not like
a lot of people. I always get a little queasy when people like start talking about him in Hall of Fame. I'm like, whoa. Like Devontae Adams said it over the summer. Like I went from one Hall of Fame quarterback to another. And I know that's your friend.
Yeah.
But I don't know. His career has been literally a roller coaster the whole way through. So I'm not.
And to his defense too, like I don't think Oakland has an O-line that's worth a shit either. They got to put something together. I mean, they drafted Leatherwood and that failed, and that
failed miserably. But John Gruden failed that team miserably.
Yeah, so. John Gruden. This is identity crisis. Where I think they messed up. This is kind of weird for me to say this, but that head coach they had last year, the one that's the special teams.
Oh yeah.
Should have kept him. Because they were all around that. They were all around.
They were all in on him.
They were, and I feel like that's the kind of when the team buys into somebody, that's when you're in. And I remember when they hired McDaniels.
Yeah,
I remember seeing, everybody's like coming in with their heads down to the office now, and it's a different style of play, and we don't know what it is, but we gotta back our coach, and everyone just seemed more down. Mm-hmm. And then when they got Devontae Adams, the spirits went high, but obviously we're 0-2 now. So
one guy receiver cannot change the whole image of a team unless you're AJ Brown, of course. But I'm looking at the defense. Max Crosby and Chandler Jones on the defensive line. That should work.
Oh, I forgot Chandler Jones is there.
Yeah, but their corners are a little suspect to me. Ruckus is pretty decent. But yeah, you're right. I'm looking at this defense, and it could Bilal Nichols in the middle as well. The defensive line is good. That part I could definitely say is good.
I saw Max Crosby applying pressure every play, man.
He's been doing this the last 2-3 years. Every play, he's almost going to get to the quarterback if he's not getting to the quarterback. So Max, I always say, no, he's definitely good. But yeah, the corners can use some help. The linebackers can probably, the linebackers probably use some help too. So yeah, you're right. The defense could use a lot of work. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, the schedule coming up is pretty crazy. But we'll see. We'll see. But back with Arizona. Before we get to our next category, I want to say, you saw how like Kyler Murray got like hit in the face or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't really like. I didn't really. I don't. Do you know the story really well? Like I missed a lot of what was going on.
All I saw was the video of like
him,
like running up to the fans, and then like a guy like hitting him, and then they pulled him back, and he was like pointing it out. Okay. That's all I don't know if there's a backstory to that or anything like that or what. But
so once again, the fans are just being fans have got to be chill. I watch too much sports to see fans act like assholes every single time. Throwing bottles at Haslam in Cleveland. The shit that you see in the NBA all the time, like all the fights you see in the stands. Like you go to a sporting event for 3-4 hours to just enjoy yourself. I don't know why everyone's so damn what's wrong with people, bro? Like everyone's so damn angry all the time. Like, bro, let's chill the fuck out. It's okay. It's okay. But we're talking about angry people. We got to talk about Mike Evans, and we got to talk about that beef between the Saints and the Bucks. I mean, it's finally Tom Brady got a regular season win on these boys, but it took Marshon Lattimore getting ejected from the game. I think that changed the whole identity of their defense.
I agree.
And then next thing you know, Jameis Winston started playing like Tampa. Jameis Winston figure, I don't know what the hell happened to him. But first of all, what do you think about the brawl? Second of all, do you think Mike Evans deserved to be suspended for that game?
The brawl, I expect it every time. Saw it already.
With those two?
Yeah, they got blood for each other. They don't like each other. Lattimore has a mouth on him. Like, he's going to come talking. So I think it boils down to, if you're going to suspend Evans, you got to look at what was said from the other point of view too.
Tom started that shit.
Exactly.
Tom says something. Marshon Lattimore says something back. And then next thing you know, I see hands thrown everywhere. And Mike Evans was a little bit more aggressive than anybody. I will say that. Yeah. I mean, he was ready to like I think all the frustration of like, yo, we keep losing to this damn team. I think it all just finally boiled, and then he incited a riot. He did.
I think it also comes down to protecting your quarterback too.
Yeah. Which is fine.
Respect. Yeah, absolutely. He did it for Jameis. That motherfucker came out. He came out of left field and knocked Lattimore last time. He did it again.
He did.
But Lattimore has like I'm a big Lattimore fan, and you take him out of that game, it's definitely going to impact that same defense.
Yeah, you can see the whole energy shift. Yeah,
and it's crazy for Bucs fans to be like, Jameis is doing what Jameis is doing. When you take a major playmaker out the game for you that keeps you kind of in the game, like, and I feel like Lattimore, like, they were holding the Bucs. Right. They were holding the Bucs the whole game until that happened. And momentum is gone, and Jameis is going to be okay.
You know what his problem is?
He wants to beat the Bucs.
No, it's not even just that. It's that shit he did in Tampa Bay that Sean Payton finally chilled out with him. He wants to be the superhero all the time. So he makes plays that he shouldn't make. Like in that first half, he was doing pretty well. He was throwing pretty well. He only had 78 yards or whatever, and that was fine. But then that, I gotta make a play. Drop back. He tried to throw to Olave so many damn times down the field, and it just kept missing until he finally got him, and then he fumbles the ball. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like he has this superhero thing about him. Same thing. I see that with Kirk Cousins sometimes too. Like where they just feel like, I got it, and it's getting really
and it's a team game, man. Like Olave is like not impressing me really right now.
No, I like Olave.
I like him too.
I like him a lot. He's a great route runner. He's very fast.
I like him a lot too. I just say he's not impressing me right now. Like
you're not impressed by anybody ever.
No, I am impressed.
You're a tough. You're like Simon Cowell. You're a tough critic.
I am not, dude. For you to make a big catch and then fumble it, like, come on, bro. Come on.
Hey,
come on, man.
He's a rookie. He's a rookie. Welcome to the NFL, rookie.
Well, you think they're gonna tell him that? Hey, you're a rookie. Next time you'll get it. Don't worry. They're not telling him.
Will.
They're gonna make him. They're gonna fuck him up in practice. He's gonna be running.
No, they won't.
You know that drill we should do is like throwing the ball at each other from like real close to each other, like catch it.
It's not his fault, bro. It happens to all.
It isn't his fault, but like you got to be better at that. And Michael Thomas is back healthy. You got Kamara, who's like the best Swiss arm, or Kamara didn't even play.
He didn't even play.
So that also impacted it too. But we're way off the topic of the whole Mike Evans thing.
Yeah.
Away from that, Mike Evans, he's got your back no matter what. And should he be suspended? I think you got to look at what was said, what was done. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think a couple players should be suspended. I think definitely Lattimore. If he gets suspended, Lattimore should be too.
If Evans gets suspended, yeah. Marshon should be suspended too.
So it's hard. I think he's going to appeal it, and we'll see what happens. I hope they overturn it. But the way it looked, and for everyone that barely watches football, like, that guy is nasty. Like, there's adrenaline going. Yeah. There's the big rivalry in the NFC South or AFC South. NFC South. Yeah. right there going on. And these boys have had your ticket for a long time in the regular season. You want to win that game. And when they start tripping at your quarterback and saying some shit, and Leonard Fournette got in and had to get him off, like, there's something there. All I can say is Mike Evans has got your back. And if we had to pick our celebrity boxing matches again, I'm taking Mike Evans, man.
Oh, yeah. That's got to be the main event now.
I'm taking
the main event now.
I'm taking Mike Evans, man. I'll always tip my cap to Mike Evans. He hasn't done anything that like I'm against with, and I'm not upset with it at all. What he did, heat of the moment type shit.
All right. Let's move on. All right, where we at? Let's go to surprises and disappointments. There's a lot of different, going into the season, obviously during the summer, you hear all these things, and we have our own perspectives on everything as well. Let's go one at a time. Just so let's go with pleasantly surprised. Who are you pleasantly surprised by, player or team?
I'll give you one in each. I'm surprised with the Giants. Very surprised with the Giants. Mm-hmm. And I'm surprised with Saquon Barkley on that team. Because he's looking like the man we were promised. In game one, he showed it. Game two, he didn't have 100 rushing yards, but
he was healthy.
And he did what he did. And he's my biggest surprise this year. And Giants are 2-0. Giants fans, keep riding that wave as long as you want. I feel like it's going to come crashing down, but keep riding that wave, baby.
So to spin off of one of yours, the Giants defense, actually, I'm very impressed with the Giants defense specifically. And believe it or not,
copy of last year. They should have been doing this. But
the defense was good last year, but I think it's gotten better. And now that you have like a healthy Saquon, I will say I am actually fearful of the Giants. Like, I'm not even trying to be like funny or whatever. The Giants do fear me a little bit because that defense is damn good, man. The defense is damn good. And you're talking about what's his name earlier.
Williams, baby.
Williams. I mean, it looks good. I mean, Thibodeau hasn't even played yet, right?
No,
he's been hurt. Yo, I mean, that defense is gonna come after you. So we're gonna have to, from an Eagle standpoint, we're gonna have to protect Jalen Hurts from these animals over there in New York. So I would say the Giants defense really impressed me. But another, I'll say a player and a team that impressed me as well, Micah Parsons. And the Dallas Cowboys defense, specifically Dallas Cowboys.
Michael Parsons, defensive player of the year, baby.
Listen, last year was one thing. He's gotten better. Like he's gotten way better. Like
Dallas did not deserve to get him. How he felt with Dallas, I'm still in shock.
Right.
I am still in shock that Denver didn't get him when he was there. I was like, how is this happening right now?
You don't understand how because they would have got, if Denver would have got Michael, then they would have got Cortland Sutton, I think. Or not Cortland Sutton, Patrick Surtain the second.
That's what they wanted.
Which is who they wanted. I really wish they would have got him because, oh my God, like Michael Parsons is he's at what, 4 sacks through 2 games. He gonna get 1.5 sacks a game. He's getting 20. I know he's getting 20 plus this year.
He's my new favorite player.
Yeah, you know how much I hate that because I really like the guy. You know how much I hate the Cowboys and I like the guy.
I don't like the Cowboys either, bro. Like, Cowboys fans are oh God. Cowboys and Giants fans really irk me so much, man. And for what irks me more is that Parsons was available in that part of the draft. He was there for them. There's no reason that Micah Parsons should be there available to you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's like I have to deal with him in our division for the next 10 years, 15 years. It's gonna be a long, bro. I hope Jerry Jones or whoever, Stephen Jones, runs out of money because they want to pay Dak Prescott again, or Cooper Rush, or whoever the hell they want to pay, so they don't have enough money for Michael Parsons. Because golly, that boy needs to get out of this damn conference for me. Send him to like the Patriots or something. I can't deal with him no more. But what's another one for you?
That's surprising.
Yeah.
Ooh, man. I would say, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Surprising, I would say the whole receiving corps for the Chiefs, because it's whole brand new.
Yep.
I didn't think this was gonna I mean, we knew it was going to pan out because it's going to make him better and not have to target, two players. But the offense, it's like anybody's day, and it could be Valdez-Scantling, it could be Juju, it could be Kelsey's going to do what Kelsey does. Could be any of these boys, man. And I think this is the time we get to see Hardman make a jump because he's the veteran receiver.
I mean, he knows the offense the best out of all of them.
And he may be the guy who's targeted more. And I'm not mad at that. But then you got Juju's like, bro, I'm a pretty good player.
Yeah.
Put me in the slot. Put me outside. I'll do it. And then you got Valdez-Scantling just down there like, bro,
the Bulls.
Throw him. I got him.
I'm going deep. Go Bulls.
Yeah. So that receiving core has been one. And another one, the Dolphins, bro. The Dolphins are like,
it's clicking.
It's clicking. It's only game 2.
Yeah.
I still don't think they make the playoffs, but I wanna eat crow on that. I really want to eat crow. Like I'll go get the bird and eat it on the show. I'm if there's anything I'm happy for, it's Tua. Like everyone's been promised this and they want to see, Tom Brady and all that. You're not gonna get Tom Brady, but you're gonna get a good quarterback with great receiving core around him and a good O-line. So I'm happy Tua's success. So Tua's another big one for me.
My last I got 2 more big pleasantly surprised. The Detroit Lions. So I saw them week 1 against my Eagles. I was like, that's a damn good football team. And then Aiden Hutchinson in game 2 had 3 sacks in the first half. Jared Goff looking like Super Bowl year Jared Goff. And Amara St. Brown, Lord, that boy can play. That boy is a stud.
Where do you go to school?
Where do you go to school?
USC, baby.
Oh, damn Trojans. Hey, USC is back, by the way. Shout out to Lincoln Riley. USC is back. And you were right about these USC receivers because Drake London down in Atlanta is making Kyle Pitts look like he doesn't exist on that football team anymore.
Don't sleep on USC receivers.
I will give you that one. But yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised about how they're going to be good. Like Hard Knocks is one thing. Everyone wants to fall in love with the Hard Knocks team. They're well coached. They have a lot of fight in them. They're not good. They're going to have 500. Well, they can't be 500 anymore. But around the 500 kind of season, like 9-8, 8-9. They're not to be messed with. Like Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to mess with. You know what I'm saying? So Detroit and then Jacksonville. I really like how Jacksonville's played this year. They got the tie. They did the tie week 1, and then they just beat the hell out of Matt Ryan week 2. Beat the hell out of Matt Ryan and the whole thing. And that brings me to my disappointments. Like I've been saying to you, what is it with the Colts that people keep saying, oh, they're right there. Hey, this might be my dark horse. Once again, they let you down, they let me down, they let the whole world down.
I'll tell you what it is. Outside of Michael Pittman Jr., there's no number 2 receiver there for me.
Yeah.
So not having Michael Pittman definitely hurt them on offense. But you also got, fantasy god, league leading rusher, Jonathan Taylor there, who you should be finding ways to get active in the game, and you're not. So yeah. You know what? I'm off my soapbox on the.
So we're officially like no more dark horse shit no more. We're done,
bro. They could win 13 games in a row, and I'll eat crow on that too.
No,
but
not that team.
I don't think they're that good. I think it's still week 2. I still think they win the division. I don't have them as a dark horse to win the Super Bowl anymore.
I don't think they're better than Jacksonville. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I don't even think.
I think they are better than.
You just said they only have 1 receiver. What happens if that 1 receiver is banged up all year? Jacksonville got hella receivers, and Christian Kirk is the real deal.
He's not the real deal.
Hey, Christian Kirk is the real deal, and Trevor Lawrence. We all know Trevor Lawrence. Year 2 is supposed to be great.
I think disappointing. Yes, they're one of my disappointing teams. Absolutely. But still too early to talk about a lot of shit. Dominoes could fall into play soon for these teams.
I mean, they tied the Texans week 1. The Texans, but mind you, the Texans. I didn't even mention they're a surprising team too. They played hard as hell. So yeah,
we're also only 2 games in. So the season doesn't end tomorrow.
But you can see trends and you can smell it,
bro. Like. Did we think some teams that lost week 1 were gonna lose like that? Did we think the Bengals were gonna lose like that? Like
I did.
I did too, but
that's my next one on my list because I told y'all.
My player is the whole O line for the Bengals, the whole O line, because what's the boy they got from Dallas that was like, I'm gonna go protect my boy?
Oh, Connor? No, Collins.
No, Collins like, I'm gonna go protect them. You got your protection now. No, you don't.
Listen,
no, you don't. That O line is trash still, man.
I gotta say, and because I pooped on the O line last year, and I saw how many sacks and everything with Joe Burrow was getting. Joe Burrow holds on to the ball too long too. He doesn't help his O line out a lot either. So, yes, you could give a lot of that, to the O line, but he does hold on to the ball too much. And I mean, I don't know. Like I'm a firm believer of Super Bowl hangovers, and they're displaying it all together. Like, and you look at that AFC North. I still have Baltimore at least getting to the conference championship game. And they might not make it to Super Bowl because the Bills look amazing, but the Steelers, I don't know. I mean, the Steelers are not going to win a lot, but they look competitive. And then the Browns, as long as they can go 500 until Deshaun Watson gets back, they're going to be in the mix too. And I know you can't get off to a bad start like that. You're Cincinnati. It's coming off of a Super Bowl loss. It's like you've lost your last 3 games. You lost the biggest game ever, and now you're 0-2. So like psychologically, it's like, damn, when are we going to win the game? You know what I mean? So I am a little concerned about that team. I said I don't really see them making the playoffs, and if they do, probably be like a 7 seed. And I'm sticking to that.
Okay.
Anybody else for you?
I mean, the Raiders a little bit too.
Yeah.
Like, we expected like big things from them, and I mean, I knew like, but America's like, oh, the Raiders are going to be relevant again, and then Russ is another one for me. I know once again it's game 2, but
he's on my list too.
Russ is definitely,
and the coach.
Yeah. The coach lost them game 1 for sure, but Russ hasn't shown me that wow factor. I know Jerry Jeudy did go out, and that was a big target for him game 1. But Courtland Sutton found separation and pretty much went off. But we wanted Russ to cook, and we said let Russ cook. And I think I sent you the picture: Cheerios with a hot dog and a cheese.
We thought we was getting hibachi. We getting like. We getting like corporate bodega food at the bad bodega though.
Broncos country, let's ride, baby.
Let's ride, yo. I'm looking at the Bengals like next 2 games. They got Miami,
got us next,
and they got Baltimore, and y'all, and New Orleans. Like I don't know, man. It's a little tough.
Don't sleep on us, man. Like we got that win, and
I know. No, like. Because we already talked about y'all earlier, but I'm looking after y'all. I'm like, it doesn't get any easier.
It's tough for them.
Tough sledding.
To piggyback off of, was it Dennis? They're not who we thought they were. Who was that guy?
I want to say Dennis Allen. No,
yeah.
They are who we thought they were. Let them off the hook.
They are who we thought they were. Like we knew this is who the Bengals were. You and I have been saying this. Like they got there luckily. I'm sorry. Like they got all these wins by luck, man. Like
what was his name? And RIP to him because I know he passed.
Yeah,
Dennis Green.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Like I just think that luck has come away from them now, and I think the 2 seeds in that division are going to be Baltimore and Pittsburgh this year.
We'll see about Pittsburgh. They should have beat the Patriots, in my opinion, but we'll see about Pittsburgh.
They should have. Oh, one more disappointment for me right now, too. Najee Harris. Najee Harris really hasn't been cooking like that.
I know that's your boy, too.
And that hurts me to say that. But
it's a brand new quarterback. It's going to take time for that team to gel.
When we boil it down, too, that O-line is horrendous. They lost some big pieces on it.
Yeah.
So it's he's not getting openings and holes to get through, and I look for him to bounce back hopefully soon, but it kills me to say that about him. Like I know. So good.
My last big disappointment is Kyle Pitts, and I have 3 fantasy teams. 2 of my fantasy teams, Kyle Pitts and those 2 other fantasy teams have disappointed the hell out of me. It just nothing's working. Everyone keeps getting hurt. I'm already giving up on the season. I know it's only been 2 weeks, but Lord, it's bad. So, but Kyle Pitts, I don't know. I drafted him way too early for him to be giving me 4 points. So I am a little concerned.
That's tough. That's tough. Drake London's fitting in good there, though.
Hey, USC, man, he was right, man. I gotta give it to him. All right, let's go. All right. What's the score on the pick'ems? I know I shot the bet again.
Oh man, I'll be honest with you, bro. I got really, really trashed this weekend, so I don't even know. I don't know.
I'll look into it. I know.
I'll put up the numbers tonight, though. I'll make the post. And
can I get the? Remember, I was picking between Washington and Detroit, and because of you, I'll go with Washington. Can I get Detroit back, please?
I'll give you a mulligan.
All right, thank you. Because I knew Detroit was going to win, but I was just trying to make it more interesting, right? Is that okay?
You get one mulligan on the season. That's it.
Cool.
From here on out, I need to hear from your heart, because I'm giving it from the heart right now. I don't even know the games you're going to tell me, and I'm telling you just, money balling this shit. There's a guy coming to me saying, you got to think of it this way.
Hey, so whatever works. Hey, listen, whatever your mind is telling you to do is working. So
and don't go back on it. If we tie in a week, we tie.
I know.
What it is.
I know.
Let me second guess it. Let me do the second guess.
I feel like I used to make you second guess. Now you're making me second guess everything. I'm like, damn.
I did lose a lot of games last year.
You did. That's why I was like, I feel great. And then I've been picking on my heart. I have been picking on my heart way too much. So I'm up here now.
All right,
we'll start with Pittsburgh, Cleveland, the Thursday night football game. It's at Cleveland, and that ugly ass elf they got in the middle of the field. You got
Giebler. They got Giebler down there. Fuck that elf. Give me Pittsburgh, baby. Shit. Fuck that elf.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm thinking Pittsburgh.
At Cleveland. Jacoby Brissett. I'm taking Cleveland. I'm taking Cleveland. Home game. Nah, damn, the Steelers was 2 in a row.
They say elves and clowns go hand in hand.
I'm picking Cleveland.
Okay.
All right. Next one. Let me write this down since I know you're gonna forget. All right.
My recordings, baby. We put it up and I listened to the end of it.
Hey, Buffalo at Miami. We talked about this one earlier. This is a big one right here.
Oh man.
At Miami. Buffalo, New York, downstairs in Miami.
Damn, man. 2 teams I can't stand.
Don't worry, we got one from you too.
Both teams put on an ass whooping, that's for sure. Both teams put on an ass whooping for everyone to see. Gotta ride with Buffalo though.
Same. I'm not even second guessing that one. That's right here. All right.
It's in Buffalo, right?
Yeah, no, it's in Miami.
Was in Miami?
It's in Miami. Still Buffalo?
Ed Oliver gonna feast and Greg Russo gonna feel right back at home, baby.
Buffalo Soldier. All right, next one. Another big one. Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. No Mike Evans, but they're getting Cole Beasley.
I had so many people hit me up for fantasy guidance today, and they were like, Cole Beasley just got picked up. Should I pick him? I was like, bro, no.
You expect him to just figure out the offense in
exactly
5 days? All right.
Exactly. You think they're gonna get rid of their prize white boy Scotty Miller that quick? I mean,
Scotty Miller drops the ball way too much.
He is, but still, they love that white boy.
I know. They do.
This one's tough. This one is a real tough one. It's in Tampa Bay too.
Mm-hmm. That defense, I gotta give it to him. That Tampa defense has been pretty damn good.
It is. Man, I'm so torn on this because I'm looking at it this way. If Mike Evans does get suspended, he's out.
I don't think he's suspended. I think he's out for sure.
He can't appeal it though.
He can, but we'll see.
And then do they rush Godwin back? That's
they
what
should not. They should not.
They should not.
And I have him in fantasy, and I'm telling them they should not.
And Julio Jones, why he didn't play last week, and everybody picked him up on the waiver wire.
Yeah, right. Somebody left him in the starting lineup too.
Me and KK get this. We get it too much. You know what? Give me the Packers. I feel like they took that ass whipping week 1, just like they did last year.
And then they went on a little tear.
Yeah, and I say it Aaron Rodgers is a bad man in the regular season.
In the regular season, the game's in Tampa, so I'm a little concerned because I'm gonna pick Green Bay. I think I haven't seen the best of Tom Brady yet. Like he made like a nice pass.
I haven't either. Everything that you're saying now, I'm catching on now.
You see it, right?
I'm catching on now.
He had a nice pass to Perriman, but
I went down the wormhole the other day on all this Tom Brady shit, man, and it gets deep.
It's messy.
It's sloppy.
It's messy,
sloppy, man.
Now you see why I say it don't smell right.
Yeah,
it don't smell right now. So I think they barely survived beating the Saints, and yeah, I got to get the defense is good, but I'm gonna go with Green Bay here too. All right, San Fran at Denver. Tough. Russell Wilson back in the NFC West. If the game's at Denver, Mile High. Jimmy Garoppolo, not Trey Lance. Oh, and shout out to Trey Lance. Tough injury, but I feel like the 49ers are better off with Jimmy this year anyway, but that's
why I'm going to take the 49ers.
I'm picking Denver.
Take them.
I'm picking Denver on this one.
I think the best thing that happened to the 49ers all season is Trey Lance getting hurt.
And knock on wood, I feel bad. I don't like it.
I feel bad.
Yes, too, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. But Russ has stunk it up 2 weeks in a row. I can't see it happening against a team that he's faced a lot. I can't see it happening 3 times. If it does, well, ain't no more cooking in Denver this year. All right, last one. I gave you Buffalo, Miami earlier. I'm giving myself Dallas and the Giants. The Cowboy Monday Night Football versus the Giants at New York. This one's tough. Cooper Rush. But Cooper Rush clearly is not terrible. And Gallup might come back this week too. So what you got?
These are 2 teams that are sketch to me. 2 very sketch teams. Because I feel like both teams are just smoke and mirrors right now. Mm-hmm. And Daniel Jones ain't the answer, and Cooper Rush ain't the answer. Cooper Rush, for the meantime, is the answer. Oh man, I am so tough on this one. Where's the game at?
In New York, Meadowlands.
Man, I know you're gonna go the opposing one to me because I feel like you're just like me. You're torn between the 2.
I'm telling you right now, I'm picking Dallas. So
damn it, that's what I was going to pick too. Only because Michael Parsons, man.
I feel like yeah.
You know what? I'll go opposite against this, and I want to use my mulligan this time if it happens. Okay.
All right, that's fine.
My heart says Dallas, but because it's in New York, I feel like these boys are riding the wave. And
you know why I'm picking Dallas? Because I don't want the Giants to be 3-0. I'm literally picking with my heart on that one. I'm keeping it 100 with you.
I wouldn't want it either, man. But I'm looking at the big picture here, man.
You might be 100% right, and I don't even care on that one. I just don't want the Giants to be 3-0.
Give me the Giants. Fuck it. Right. I hate them so much.
That is fair. All right, we're gonna tally up the score, and then we'll post it on the page, and so we can see where we're at. I'm probably losing by a lot. The TikTok is coming soon. I promise. What else we got? What other socials do we got?
It's all good. You find us on Instagram at fair_weather_pod. We like to post and talk shit on there. Instagram, you can find us. YouTube, you can find us. Just search Fair Weather Podcast. Wherever you subscribe or listen to podcasts, you can catch the audio there.
Peace. And what any words of encouragement?
Yeah, we gotta leave with some kind of word.
Don't let Mercury retrograde get you. You get Mercury retrograde.
And for me, take care of your body, take care of your mentals,
and do yoga.
And hey, I did yoga today.
Oh, and by the way, me and A-Rod gonna be seeing Wu-Tang Clan and Nas. Oh, you know Busta Rhymes gonna be there too, right?
I told you that, bro.
You know Busta gonna be there, right? Yo, it's about to get lit. So
no Method Man though.
Huh? No, I know. That's my boy too, but hey, it is what it is. All right, peace.